want to teach you 7 important things you should pay attention. And after this, I'm going to ask question on this. The person who will give me the 7 important things without looking at any book, you will get a handsome prize. So pay serious attention. A man called Mahatma Gandhi gave a very important teaching. He called it 7 social sins in the world. 7 social sins that create crisis, confusion, and unrest in our world. The first one, I may not give it in the right order, but I will mention the 7 of them. So the first one is knowledge without character. Knowledge without character. He regarded it as a social sin in the world. In universities, you hear of lecturers, professors, highly learned people who demand to sleep with students in order to allow them to pass exam. This is a professor, highly learned. He sees a beautiful girl that comes into his office, or he sees a beautiful girl and he will intentionally fail the student. And when the student comes to know why she was failed, the lecturer will tell her, if you want to pass, meet me in a hotel room, so and so hotel. After sleeping, I'm going to give you A1. You're going to get A. Such a professor is committing the sin of knowledge without character. He's very intelligent, he's a professor, but he has no character. He's a moral cipher. Another point is science without humanity. Science without humanity. You see people who go under their computer. As the operating computer, they are stealing people's money. You call it Yahoo Yahoo. You call it I don't know, HK or whatever. But that is fraud. That is criminality. That is theft. Or people, science without humanity. Or people who use science to destroy the world. There are those who produce, listen, there are those who produce medicines that people will take and the child in the womb will die. They go into laboratory and use their scientific knowledge to produce some drugs. Once you drink it and you are pregnant, it will flush out the child. Or the story of a man called Alfred Nobel. Alfred Nobel was a very powerful scientific mind. And this man was producing dynamite, a powerful explosive that once it explodes, if you bring one here and detonate it, it can kill everybody here and look for more people to kill. Now one day this man woke up and got a newspaper, and to his shock and surprise, he was reading his obituary. It happened that his brother died, and the journalist, thinking that the brother died was the famous Alfred Nobel, and started writing an obituary. And he titled the obituary, "The Merchant of Death is Dead." And this man, the moment he read it, he was shocked, and he said, so when I'm gone, the world will remember me as the man who brought death to mankind in a large scale manner, the merchant of death. And this man sought to do something to change it. And he endowed his fortune to create a Nobel Prize. That everybody that wins that prize in the world becomes a millionaire overnight. Who knows the only Nobel Prize in Nigeria? Who knows? Wole Soyinka, the only Nobel Prize winner in Nigeria. There are not two. It's one of the highest award of recognition in the world. So the sin Alfred Nobel realized he has committed was the sin of science without humanity. And then we have pleasure without conscience. Pleasure without conscience. Another point. You see a beautiful girl who is in her year 1 or year 2 in the university, and her father is dead. And then she goes to her father's friend or her uncle to beg for her school fees. And the uncle will look at her and say, "You are very beautiful. I can pay your school fees and take care of you. Don't worry. Meet me in this hotel by 12 p.m. I will give you your school fees. I will buy beautiful clothes, buy iPhone 12, iPhone 100 Pro Max for you, and you'll be very happy." If you are such a person, and for you to give money to a young girl who can't afford her school fees, and you demand to sleep with her, once you are enjoying that pleasure, it is pleasure without conscience. There is no conscience. And then another point is work. Wealth without work. Wealth without work. You see a young boy of 18 years or 17, a year 1 student to university or year 2, who is doing no work at all, who has no job, who has no skill. But you see him driving Mercedes Jeep, Benz, powerful cars, without any known work or source of income. They continue to create crisis in the world. So if you are enjoying wealth without work, you are committing this social sin. Another one is religion without sacrifice. Religion without sacrifice. You see people who say they believe in God, they love Jesus Christ, they are holy, they are kind, they are holy, they pray their rosary, they go to church every day, they go to morning mass, you see they wear chaplet on their neck, they do everything, but they are terrible criminals. Somebody called them innocent criminals. God bless you. Very important description. Innocent criminals. They look so innocent, but they are terrible. Religion has never inspired them to do any noble work. In business, they cheat people. In the place of work, they are not dedicated. In school, they don't read their book, but they say they believe in God. Love yourself, love your neighbor as yourself. You are talking to yourself. If you do them anything, they will never forgive you. If you come to church and say, "Please donate money for they will not talk to you. If you tell them there are people who are in trouble, who need help, you're talking to yourself. Religion without sacrifice. Another one is politics without principle. Politics without principle. That is where you find Nigerian politicians. The reason why our country is in the way it is today, is because our politicians are corrupt. Chinua Achebe said it. There is nothing wrong with the air we breathe in Nigeria. There is nothing wrong with the geographical nature of Nigeria. There is nothing wrong with our landscape and our nature. The problem of Nigeria is basically leadership. The inability of our Nigerian leaders to rise to the challenge of personal example, which is the hallmark of true leadership. What we have in Nigeria is corruption everywhere. Politicians will pocket the money meant for the development of the state inside their pockets. So politics without without principle, and then commerce without justice. Yeah, commerce without morality. Yeah, commerce without morality. That is the seventh one. Commerce without morality. You see those who sell fake merchandise to their customers. A story was told of a hospital where 6 pregnant women who came for antenatal, 6 of them died in the hospital in one day. What happened? They were consulting with the doctor, and the doctor was prescribing the medication the nurse should administer to them. The nurse will open the file, read that doctor's prescription, and we administer the drug. After about 30 minutes, 6 pregnant women started convulsing, and they collapsed in the hospital floor and died. And it was discovered that the drug the nurse administered to them was adulterated drug, fake drug. But somebody bought that drug and sold it to the hospital to make money. Imagine that person being your mom, your sister, your wife. Imagine that person. Or imagine you going to hospital that you are sick, to seek healing and cure, only for the hospital to inject you with adulterated drug and you die there. You are saying she. Tomorrow you will become a businessman and you start peddling in fake and adulterated drugs. It is called commerce without morality. So these are the 7 social sins that create confusion in the world, which I will advise you, please, my beloved students, run away from it. Science without humanity, knowledge without character, religion without principle, religion without sacrifice, science without humanity, politics without principle, commerce without morality, pleasure without conscience, wealth without work. You know it. So after one person will come out and rattle, don't wait yet. After, and I will want from the new students. I want you, Pastor. I want from the new students. I want from the new students. Who will give it to me? The 7 of them, and the person will go home with 1,000 naira. So any new student, 7 of them off head. New students, 7 of them off head, and you go home with 1,000 naira. All right, let's listen to him.
Knowledge without character, politics without principle,
no, now allow him. Don't shout him down, please.
Science without humanity, wealth without work.
How many has he mentioned?
Pleasure without.
Okay, the other person try. Let this one try, and then this one.
Knowledge without character, commerce without morality, science without humanity, science without humanity, pleasure without conscience, wealth without work, religion without sacrifice, politics without principle.
Super. Stand here. Super.
Knowledge without character, Science without humanity. Pleasure without conscience. Morality.
No, nah.
Knowledge without character. Science without humanity. Wealth without work. Religion without sacrifice. Politics without principle. Conscience without morality.
Commerce without morality.
Without morality. And
Has it mentioned up to 7? Remaining one. He tried very well. Let other person try. Have you tried before?
Wealthy without
Wealth.
wealth without work, knowledge without character, science without humanity, religion without sacrifice, comment without morality, politics without principle, and pleasure without conscience.
Super. Number 2. Let me hear from a girl.
knowledge without character. Pleasure without conscience. Religion without sacrifice. Pleasure without conscience. Silence without conscience.
Don't shout now. Allow her.
Let me start from knowledge without character. Silence without conscience. Pleasure. Wealth without work.
Okay, let me hear from another girl.
Knowledge without character. Comments without morality. Science without humility. Pleasure without consent. Pleasure without consent. Science without religion without science.
Okay. All right, guys, sit down. Okay, final person, so that we conclude.
Knowledge without character. Pleasure without conscience. Wealth without work. Politics without principle. Immense without morality. Comments without morality. Wealth without work. And finally, pleasures without conscience.
You mentioned wealth without work two times. You missed one. But tried. No, let's leave it at this. I'll go back to your seat. So these people after will come, we share 1,500. So go and sit down. So I would like you to design it and paste it on your locker. 7 social sins, so that it will guide your life as a young person growing up. So once you start doing a particular one, you know, like for instance, wealth without work can be attributed to examination malpractice. Success without hard work or without effort. You pass exam without reading your book because you maybe you get indulged in examination malpractice, as the case may be. So I want you to write out the 7 of them and then paste it somewhere.